that better?
Hello, everybody. Thank you for coming to the Website 101 podcast Lunch Bite. Hooray.
Yay for Lunch Bites.
Hooray for Lunch Bites. For those who don't know me, my name is Amanda Lutz. Hello. And with me, my co-host from the Website 101 podcast. Hello, Sean.
Hey, everybody.
And hello, Mike.
Hello. Good to be here.
Hello. So again, for those who don't know, we try to do, besides the podcast recordings, of which you can go to website101podcast.com and check out all of the previous seasons worth of podcast recordings. We have crazy dropped the ball this season and have only recorded
we
one so
one
far.
recorded.
Did we even release it?
No.
No, we just recorded it. So shame on us.
Mike is
But we are
edited.
being-
I haven't done the show notes yet.
Yeah. We're being consistent doing these YouTube lives, these lunch bites, as we've decided to call them, on the first and third Wednesday of every month. So this will be our last one of 2023.
Last one. And I think it maybe the starting to release the shows in 2024. Maybe that's going to be our January.
Maybe.
Now we'll.
Yay.
We'll see.
Maybe. So,
okay.
who's got
I
a thing to
was gonna
talk about?
I'm just going to say I may not be here for this entire thing because I've got a bunch of house-related things. Whatever, it doesn't matter. But I won't be here for the whole thing. So
You got life stuff that's getting in the way.
yeah, life gets
Yeah.
in the way. But
It super
Yeah.
happens.
Well, last time I dropped in for the last 2 minutes of the episode because life got in the way for me.
Amanda, you'll be the only one that will have been in every episode. If I check out of this one, you've been in every
Possibly.
one. You must be because I don't know how to do the YouTube thing, and
That's
I
a
don't
good
think
point.
Sean does, which means you should probably teach us someday in case you can't be here.
Get hit by a bus?
Yeah, actually, that's a good idea.
It's,
No, not getting
it's
hit by
not-
a bus is not a good
It's
idea.
not difficult. Yeah, I think I did a lunch bite by myself one day, and that was
Yeah.
awkward
Yeah,
and
I know you
stupid and
did that.
short. Yeah,
A monologue with yourself.
yeah, it was comedy gold.
I liked it.
So, I want to talk about Tailwind. Tailwind 3.4 is out, and there's a whole bunch of new features. And I'm just going to share my screen really quickly
Oh, look at that!
because I want to.
So if it has a whole bunch of new features, how come it's not just version 4?
Well, it's not major new features. It's more like CSS releases, like CSS updates, like new stuff that has hit the correct amount of browser support that they want to release it. So I've got the website open here to the release notes, and so as always, improvements range from things you've been angry about for years to supporting CSS features you've never heard of. So we got things like dynamic viewport units, which I've actually used in my CSS, just like typing it out, DVP or whatever. It's great. That's a good one. The new has variant. Have either of you used has?
I don't think I've used it in a production site yet. No.
No, is that like one of those new color formats?
No,
I think it
no.
targets children. Was it?
Yeah,
Oh, there it
it's
is.
like it's
Oh,
similar
has
to where.
the has pseudo selector. Yeah, no, I've done
Yeah,
that.
it's similar to where. I don't know the details about them. I played with them a long time ago, but I
Yeah.
haven't really used it.
No, well, like Mike said, it does a selector for checking children. So select this div, this element, if it has, children inside it that have this class or of this element type or whatever.
Right. So, yeah, and then you have style children with the wildcard variant. They'll probably regret giving you this one. I've used wildcards very rarely. It's not something I see being really needed that much, but hey, they're including it, so why not?
I can see using that totally for if you have a CMS spitting out entries in some form, like in their example, they have list items, and for some reason the user is allowed to add styles somehow in a WYSIWYG field or something.
Yeah.
Not styles, but like elements, like a heading or whatever, let's say, like an H2 or whatever. You could target that using this in the template, even though it doesn't actually exist in the template because it's being passed from a WYSIWYG field, you know?
Yeah, I could see that.
I think it's really cool. But he has a weird thing where it says if you have hover, this is what's this, mouth coding. If you have hover star
Mouth coding?
underline, he says that targets a child when the child is hovered. I would say that targets a child when the parent is hovered. Anyway, whatever. We don't have to get into that. We can't code in the air like this. So
It's hard to talk about code.
yeah, but
Yeah,
I like that thing. But he's probably right that I should not use it. He even says
One thing
that.
I really like is the balanced headlights with the text wrap utilities.
Oh yeah, he showed us that when we were at the conference. Do you
conference.
remember that? He
Yeah,
previewed
back in
that
June.
In June. Yeah, so if you have a long headline and it, you know, the thing resizes and sometimes it breaks awkwardly, that thing apparently will make it break in a natural way as best
Yeah,
it can.
and I believe it's also supposed to help with widows.
Yeah. I
What's
don't know
widows?
how it does that.
A widow is a single word at the end of on a new line. So it'll prevent that. It'll force it to have two words or all be on one line or something like that.
Yeah,
Cool.
it's cool. I will use that, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. And then next is like subgrid. I've used really basic grid things for myself, so I'm not sure that I'm going to dive into subgrid yet, but I really like the idea that it's available should I need it. What about you guys? Have you used
Yeah.
subgrid?
Nope.
No.
And okay, I'm going to just go
Riveting.
quickly through the other ones. You know, extended min max or min width, max width, min height scales. So they just added more defaults into the Tailwind, so it follows the spacing grid. At least that's how I read it. Extended opacity scale, extended grid rows, new forced colors variant. I'm not sure what that is. I'm gonna have to check that out. Same with the new forced colors adjust utility. So there's a few new things in here. It's nice that I like to see that Tailwind is keeping up with the new CSS stuff that's coming out and adding it in quickly. So we don't have to use the variants, which is basically typing it out with the square brackets. It'll actually be a native class to Tailwind.
There's also a feature now where if you have width 12 and height 12, you can just write size 12 and it automatically makes them both equal, which is pretty cool. You don't have to add both the width and height. If anytime you want a square, basically, you can say size.
Nice.
Yeah.
That is really useful.
Yeah. So Amanda, when you're teaching, Amanda teaches web development, and how often do you have to introduce new things? Do you find yourself, oh God, there's this new feature in CSS, I better talk about this, or is it just like, next week?
It's hard. So yes, I teach part-time at Seneca. I think now they're supposed to call it Seneca Polytechnic Institute instead of Seneca College. And it's a 4-semester certificate program. And at the beginning, the first semester and the second semester classes, they really are just introductory. So it is sometimes students who don't know any HTML and they don't know any CSS. So we do have to keep things pretty basic. By the time the third and the fourth semester come around, we're usually talking about other topics that are a little more like JavaScript heavy, API calls, JavaScript third-party libraries, things like that. But I do like to pepper in. Oh, hey, I just heard about this CSS thing that's new and different. And oh, I knew about this one a long time ago and I forgot about it. And then I just, had to use it on a project. So it's like, I'm always trying to show the students that it's like, yes, I've been doing this for an eternity, but you're always learning and you're always doing different stuff and you're always going to be updating and evolving. And it doesn't matter if it's in development or if you're like design focused or UI UX focused, like you're always going to be picking up new stuff, which is awesome and great. Even if it's just like you rent a car for the weekend and what does this button on the dashboard do? You get a new TV and what does this button on the remote control do? So it's, always, always be flexible and curious and see what's going on.
It changes fast.
Yeah.
One of the things I like about this job is that there's always something new that you need to learn, but at the same time, it can be difficult or overwhelming if you get too far behind.
Yeah,
Yep.
absolutely. Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna jump off, guys. Enjoy the rest of the talk.
All right,
We'll talk
Mike,
to you
have a
guys
good
later.
one.
Okay. Good luck, Mike.
Bye.
So, whoa,
And then there were two.
yay, just the two of us.
Yay.
So, Amanda, do you have anything you wanted
yeah.
to share?
Well, I do. I wanted to share a shameful secret with you. So now I'm glad it's
Uh-oh.
just the two of us. It's very possible that you will want to take away my nerd card
Oh, that'll never happen.
by the end. I don't know, man. So during the Black Friday sales in like mid-November, I decided to buy new hardware. And I was very excited about it. I did, research and I looked around and I ended up getting, it's not, so what I'm working on, what I had previously is this Surface tablet.
Yeah.
And I really like that it's tablety and it's easy to carry around, but mostly I like that I've got like two monitors set up here at home and then the tablet drives it. So it's kind of like having three monitors,
Yeah.
but I don't need to have the keyboard, like the keyboard for the Surface tablet sort of just pulls off with magnets. So it's not a classic laptop in that the keyboard is sitting there in my way because I like using this other big keyboard at my desk.
Right. I had
So-
a Surface One tablet way back in the day.
Yeah. So I landed on, I think it's called like a 4-in-1. It's one of those, it's a laptop that opens up, but that can actually like go all the way backwards. So it like will tent with the keyboard facing away from you. And then it like, you can use it as a tablet. And the reason why I needed new hardware is because I am just out of disk space. Like, all of it is taken up. Like nothing Adobe will run anymore. I can't even open a screenshot in Adobe Photoshop to like use like the eye to get the color because I just don't have
picker, right,
enough.
yeah.
I don't have enough of the scratch space or whatever it is. So I bought this new machine that's got like a terabyte hard drive.
Woohoo.
And it's sitting right there where it's basically been since the week I got it because I just don't have time to set it up, to like install the stuff on it. I gotta put Docker on it. I gotta put the WSL on it. I gotta put DDEV on it. I got like all of these things, and I feel so bad because there's this beautiful. Oh, somebody said hi in the chat, and then they redacted their message. That's okay. Hello, how are you? This beautiful, fancy.
It's been almost a month.
Almost
Since Black Friday.
almost a month. I know. I feel so. And then the problem too is that like we already have the power dock, a power dock at home that'll work with it.
Yep.
But my current power dock for the Surface has USB plugins for both monitors, whereas the power dock for the new machine only has one USB for monitors, but the monitors will daisy chain together. But I just have to go down in the basement and find the cable to go from this monitor to that monitor so that then that monitor can go in the power.
Right.
But it's like, it's fine. I got the cable somewhere in the basement, but I couldn't be bothered to go down and look for it. And just all of it seems like just so, I just can't right now. And
I don't
feel
know.
so
I
bad.
don't think I could be you. I would have that laptop and it would be like burning a hole in my brain trying to get it up and running.
I know. And I think that's why it's sitting behind me. Because if it were like in front of me, I would like see it all the time and feel even worse about it.
So something to bring up to listeners who are new to the industry, all that stuff that you mentioned about setting up your laptop, that's all a lot of friction when you get a new machine because it is complicated and it needs to all interact. I built a new I use desktop. I built a new PC like 2 years ago, and the most dreaded part was killing my old PC and switching over because what if I don't get everything installed correctly? And then it's
Yeah.
like, getting the new SSH keys always drive me nuts. And it's like,
Yep.
how do I get it all connected to all of the various services that I'm using and the whole public-private key thing? It's like, curses.
All of it, yeah. Because I inherited a couple of complex projects that I have to use the WSL, but there's like a Docker config, so it doesn't use ddev. But then with that, there are like other like Linux components that I need to install, and it's like I'm not going to remember half of them. I'm gonna mess something up. It's gonna take forever to, and so it's just like especially around the holidays, I don't have a lot of motivation. So it's like I would rather just do the stuff I need to do, and I'll deal with this
when you're busy at work.
In the new year. In the new year, I guess. Maybe I'll take it with me when I go away for Christmas and have like the new and the old and just try to install stuff that I don't know.
When you take it away to go away for Christmas, the most important thing to install is the Netflix app.
You know what? I just use the browser.
Okay, but I was making a joke.
I know. It was funny.
No, it wasn't. Nobody laughed.
It was. But everybody agreed with you. Everybody knew what you were getting at.
Yeah.
So that's all right.
Yeah, that's a big thing hanging over your head.
It is, yeah. Yeah. Anyway, and of course, Andrew, my partner Andrew, it's just I think he's like maybe fell out of love with me a little bit. He came up here and he like saw it and he's like, you're not even using it yet. And I was like, well, no, because I gotta. He's like, do you just want me to set it? And it's like, no, yes, but no, I should really do it myself.
Yeah. What is it possible that you could take an image of your current laptop and put it onto the new laptop?
I mean, probably, but also like the cool thing about getting the new hardware is that it is a chance to start fresh.
Yeah,
you know, like
clean.
yeah. So like for some project, I thought I was doing a React project, and the goal, like I was working on like just this web application. It was a web page, but like in React. But what they were going to do is that somebody else was going to use Cordova to make it like a downloadable Android app and iPhone app.
Okay.
So I started looking at that, but then to get Cordova to work, I had to like install Python, and like I don't do Python. I don't need Python. Maybe one day in the future, but it's like in the meantime, it's like there's 3 different versions of Python because there's a Windows one and the actual official Python one. And it's like, do I need one of them? Was one of it's all very. So yeah, I want to start fresh.
It's all sitting on your existing laptop, taking up space.
Taking up all the space. So yeah, so it's yeah. Shameful. It's shameful, I know.
Take the day off tomorrow and turn it into set up the laptop day.
Yeah, I know. I just gotta get off my ass and do it.
Yeah, well, it's not fun, but once you're done, you're going to be so happy.
No, I know. Okay. Well, I think that.
Yeah, I think this is.
Do you have anything else you want to talk about?
No, I was excited about Tailwind. Interesting to hear your laptop story. And yeah, I think we can call it a day for Lunch Bites. The last one of 2023.
Last one of 2023. Hey, Sean, have a Merry Christmas.
Happy Merry Christmas.
Thank you, visitors.
New Year.
All of the happiness to everybody.
Excellent.
Yeah, let's play the song again. There we go. Bye. The stream